Okay, let's turn our attention to this now. 2024 was a tough year for the ANC, which suffered a 17% electoral decline. The party president, Cyril Ramaphosa, set to deliver his January 8th statement on Saturday, and this is meant not only to celebrate the party's 113th birthday, but to also provide some direction for the organization. This is ahead of the party's highest decision-making structure in between conferences. It's called the National Executive Committee, which will convene this evening to give input on what should be contained in this key address. Let's talk now to our reporter, Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo, who is live for us in Cape Town this evening. Juniour, good afternoon to you. Let's start with the ANC starting the year really with a very decisive, or on a decisive note, dealing with errant party members. What is going to happen to Obed Bapela and Tony Yengeni? What is it that they are alleged to have done?
Indeed, Toli, we did hear the Secretary of the ANC, Secretary General Fikile Mbalula, this morning speaking about some of those ill-disciplined ANC members, NEC members, saying that they are going to be put through disciplinary processes for some of the utterances that they have said. Just going through Tony Yengeni's social media, you might have seen over the past few weeks, he has been speaking negatively about the party and where it finds itself in, especially after that terrible electoral performance that happened last year. He has also commented on the country's judiciary, in particular the judges of the Constitutional Court, saying that it appears that some of them can be bought. Those are some of the social media posts that he has basically put out. But also there is that issue of Obed Bapela, who went to Morocco, seemingly representing the ANC in that country, but the ANC has since denied that he was sent there by the ANC. So those are the two individuals that we do expect to be put through the ANC's disciplinary processes. But the Secretary of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, said that there are some other individuals that might also be included in that naughty list, Toli. We have seen one of the PEC members in Gauteng tweeting, saying that he is unhappy of how the ANC is conducting itself. We know that the ANC's National Working Committee actually called the PEC of Gauteng as well as the PEC of KZN to basically explain the poor electoral performance that had happened, and those two PECs did explain themselves to the National Working Committee. We do expect an outcome from the National Working Committee, but I will bring in the national spokesperson of the ANC, Mahlengi Bhengu-Motsiri. Mahlengi, thank you so much for joining us. Just an explanation, I guess, on what has Obed Bapela as well as Tony Yengeni done that has forced the ANC basically to put them through disciplinary hearing.
Well, of course, the matter of Comrade Obed Bapela is well documented, whereupon he embarked on a trip to Morocco and met a few stakeholders there, including the government, under the pretenses that it was a sanctioned trip on behalf of the African National Congress, and that matter has already been in the public domain. He was served by the ANC with a letter, and that disciplinary process is continuing. On the matter of Tony Yengeni, as indicated by the Secretary General, and I think that goes out for any other member of the ANC who gets outside or defines himself outside of the discipline of the ANC, or anything that requires the attention by the disciplinary committee of the ANC in terms of the ANC's adopted disciplinary policy. So those are the two cases, but wherever there are cases of anyone that speaks ill of the organization they belong to, an organization that they've signed an oath of membership to observe and defend and be the promoters of the brand ANC, all of them would be subjected to that kind of thing, because there is no serious thinking organization that can put up with that sort of practice.
We've seen the PEC member of Gauteng, Lebohang Maile, basically going on Twitter yesterday saying that this is not the ANC that he knows. The ANC that he knows does not devour its own children, seemingly talking about what might be coming towards the PEC of Gauteng. Is he one of those individuals that also might be put through disciplinary hearing?
Well, I've not had an opportunity to study it, or let me say to internalize the tweet by Comrade Lebohang Maile in order to be able to establish whether he spoke directly and said it is the ANC that is devouring its children, or whether it's an inference. But I will say that it will be very dangerous for any spokesperson of the ANC to make public pronouncements about individuals without due process. If indeed him or any other person are found to have spoken ill about the ANC in the same way that Tony Yengeni has proved to do time and time again, any of those comrades will be subject to the discipline of the ANC, because all of us are subject to the discipline of the ANC.
And coming to today, this is the first NEC of the ANC in 2025. We do expect that the NEC will give input to the president as he is preparing that January 8 statement. What are some of the things that South Africans can look forward to when the president finally delivers that statement on the 11th?
Well, I suppose people of South Africa, and it's also interesting that we're here in the Western Cape, Junior, given the fact that South Africa has pockets of disunity. We're not disunited overall, but there are pockets of disunity. It is important for the ANC, that has always been a torchbearer in as far as being the unifier of people, of society. It was founded in 1912 to pursue the project of uniting the oppressed people of our country, but also uniting everyone, which is why when in 1955 the Freedom Charter was adopted, spoke about South Africa belongs to all who live in it, and all of that. And so the ANC has got a historical mandate to unite society and not be the center of disunity itself. So we are coming here to also foster unity. It's part of our work. It's part of the work of renewing the African National Congress. It's a part of the work of rebuilding. The very choice of going to Khayelitsha, which is a product of apartheid policy of forced removals, and where conditions that are facing our people there are dire, where you see a testament to spatial inequality in South Africa, where you see a tale of two cities between Khayelitsha, Philippi, and Camps Bay, and Constantia. So part of being here is also about connecting with our people, but more importantly, attending to their needs in as far as the matters I've just spoken about. The ANC will be remiss not to use this opportunity to do a thorough self-introspection and to demonstrate to the people of South Africa through the January 8 statement that will be read out by the President on behalf of the National Executive Committee, that there is very thorough thinking and thorough work that is being done on the ground to renew the organization, to return the ANC to the best values that it has always been known for worldwide as the oldest liberation movement on the African soil. Having survived 113 years is no mean feat. There have been breakaways from the ANC from time to time, including in the 50s, including the times we're in exile. There have been many challenges to the name ANC and to what it represents, but the ANC is still standing. It has a historic moment to renew and to reconnect with society, particularly what we refer to as the motive forces, our base, the poorest of the poor, the landless, and the women in farms who are subjected to some of the inhumane conditions, the fishing community who continue to be, in some instances, on the margins of main economic activity and the necessary regulation that goes there too. So there are so many things that we've got to do here in the Western Cape and in South Africa. So our message is our message of hope. It's our message of unity. It's our message of rebuilding the organization. It's a message of internalizing the electoral outcomes of 29 May and systematically, with humility and yet quiet confidence, continue to do the best things that we've always been known for. And one of those is being located among our people. So we are busy working the ground to go back to those traditions.
Thank you so much. That is the ANC national spokesperson, Mahlengi Bhengu-Motsiri, there, Jolie, just explaining that the ANC has to explain that dismal electoral performance that they sustained last year in May, and they are going back to the people basically to renew that relationship between themselves and South Africans, especially going into the local government elections, Jolie.
Juniour Khumalo live for us in Cape Town. Thank you very much for that update.